Listen, the reason why we sometimes feel depressed is because we were created to create and self express, not to consume all day, not to scroll on our phones. And it's okay if you've done it once or twice and you have gotten some inspiration, but it should not be your way to live life. That's why I would recommend you that you structure your environment, your routines, and your whole life in a way that you can create. You can be created by writing, you can be created by planning, by painting, any hobbies. You can come up with ideas all the time and just trying to do at least one thing because it can make you very depressed if you are not using your creative mind. This is the whole reason why you're here, to be creative. And some people feels creative by designing their decorations, their homes, making it nicer. That's why so many people are moving their things in the room all the time. Have you ever had a moment where you were like, I don't like my bed on this side. I don't want to have this on this side anymore, this wardrobe, anything. And you just start moving things around and you change the way your room was. It's because you needed to create. And a lot of us don't even have the awareness that we're creating every day, at least on something. You can be creating a recipe. You can be creating food by cooking. Not food, but you can be creating recipes by cooking that you didn't know and that you're like, whoa, this is really good. You can create by making videos. You can create by if you sew things. For example, my sister makes these amazing things where I keep sometimes my makeup, where I keep things, and this is really cool. You can be creative by designing your bedtime routine. I design my bedtime routine. I write it down in a simple paper, but this paper is unique as well. So there's countless of ways to be creative. You can feel creative by creating a library, you can create a vision board, you can create a plant habit tracker, you can create a routine that makes you happy, and you have to have a routine that makes you happy. I didn't know what the perfect routine was for me until I started trying things. And if you're not trying things, you're not never going to discover what works for you. For example, for me, it works really good in my life if I have a bedtime routine. If I don't have a bedtime routine, my day feels awful. I don't know what time to go to bed. I don't know what to do. I stay on my phone with screens and it's not healthy for me. So I discovered if I have a list of things next to my bed, and this is what works for me. Not sure if it can work for you, but you can give it a shot. I write to myself, put this next to your bed and keep it every day because last night, for example, I was like, I think I did all the things that I told myself to do in that nighttime bedtime checklist. And when I go, I forgot to take my magnesium vitamins. I forgot to take my creatine. I forgot to for example, let's say lock my phone. And I'm like, "Oh, so I didn't do all of the things that I tell myself." And now, what did I create? I created a bedtime routine that works for me. What do? I make sure that I go to bed at the right time, at a time that works for me. Why? When I go to bed, it's not easy for me to fall asleep right away sometimes, unless I'm really tired for the day. What it works for me is I like writing and reading on my bed. So I make sure that I have not a super bright light, that I have a book next to my bed, that I have my journal next to my bed with pens and pencils. Now I'm implementing having this little bedtime routine where I say to myself, lock your phone by 8 p.m., for example. Stretch for at least 10 to 20 minutes to relax your muscles and tell your body that the day is done. Have some magnesium. Make a sleepy tea with chamomile. You have no idea how good it helps me to sleep when I make a tea because it helps with my digestion. It makes me more sleepy. It relaxes me. And since it's winter, I enjoy it more because I'm on bed with a warm cup, making sure that I'm writing. Like I have a whole system. And when you have the right systems, when you create the right systems for your life will feel better. Things will feel easier for you. So now I'm finding myself struggling finding like the system for creating my content. And what I mean by this, I don't have like a designated desk work where I know that this is where I have to work. I'm doing everything on the table. But then throughout the day, I want to eat my food, and I notice that my table is full of stuff, and I find myself eating on the couch again. So these are really simple ways to try to find your creativity, not just by recording a video, which is amazing. For me, creating this video feels amazing because I get to be creative with what I'm going to say. I get to feel creative with how I'm going to share things with my audience. So like I said, there's many ways to feel creative. You can be writing, you can be creating a book, or designing your environment. There's so many ways to feel creative. I remember I used to play The Sims a lot when I was young. And the other day we were on a walk with my husband, and I was saying, I noticed that when you play The Sims, they give you a certain amount of things that you can buy for your home, right? Like, let's say rugs or carpets. They give you a certain amount of them. Like, there's 5 to 10 in the game. But in real life, people can create thousands and thousands of different types of rugs, and rugs or carpets, they go perfectly with your home, or custom made. You can put the face of somebody you love, you can put a phrase, a quote on the entry of your home that says welcome to the most wonderful home, or whatever. These are many ways that people feel creative. And if you can create a business that you're happy with. Maybe your business is that, selling carpets that have a positive affirmation at the entry of your home, or little rings that remind you every day to enjoy life, to be joyful. I feel creative when I'm writing on my journals, for example, what are my core values? I create like a whole thing where I write them down and I make it very nicely. Let me see if I can show you what I mean. Like, I really like doing these things because I'm reminding myself of what my core values are, and I'm making it in a way that feels creative, that I like, that I enjoy watching, because what you see, it matters so much. Your eyes are the filter to your soul, the filter to the spirit. And so everything that you see has to be something that is calming, that reminds you of the type of life that you want to have. Right? So I created this, for example. I found this out on Pinterest, and it wasn't about core values. It was about like things that make you happy. And I was like, "Oh, that is a really good idea." You can do it with things that make you feel happy, but where you find joy. And the whole reason I say joy is because joy is one of my core values too. I want to be able to enjoy life. Like, I love being productive, being consistent, being disciplined. I love these things, but I always knew that something that makes me feel really alive is when I feel joy. And I love feeling joy with dancing. You feel creative even by dancing. So there's many and countless ways to be creative, and I would recommend you that you start designing your life in a way that makes you feel creative. Not only with your environment, but with the things that you do, with your habits, with your day-to-day tasks and things. Now, this is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you really like this video. If you like these types of videos, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I would love to see you on the next video. Bye.